This is Best. It's a bitter by Wylam, which is a little bit unusual because Best Bitter and a craft brewery. What's going on there? What's happening? I don't know myself. You're probably clicking on this and thinking, is this is what you're going with in a week of interesting beer news? This is what you're I mean, this week alone we've had cream egg beers that aren't very good as it turns out. Who'd have thunk it? Exploding beers. No, Best Bitter from a niche craft brewery. Because, I mean, you know, this must be on fire on Google Trends at the minute, you know? This is really going to rake it in. It's going to... So why am I doing this? The honest answer is I've got a pie in the oven. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? If anyone's ever been wondering, kind of, you know, why do I decide on particular videos? That is a genuine insight into my creative process there. It's often influenced by things that have nothing to do with search trends or whether it's going to be popular. A lot of the time it can boils down to, what have I got in the fridge? What have I got on for tea? How do I feel? What's the weather like? It's mitigating factors that really should not matter. And that's why I'll never be rich. That and the lottery keeps not winning for me. That was nearly a sentence, John. So, here we are. This is the Best Bitter. Did I mention that yet? I would have liked to have gotten my hands on the exploding bitter. I mean, it'd be funny, wouldn't it? If nothing else. I've gone viral. Man gets head blown off by shitty beer. Anyway, so what is a Best Bitter? Well, it's an ill-defined category of usually warm, stodgy cask ale, and indeed you can actually see on the design of the... Well, you probably can't see because I shoot these really badly these days, but it's actually got a design of a dimpled mug on it. I'm not going to do a close-up because that's extra work, and fuck it. Again, real insight into my creative process here. I would imagine this is a craft take on that classic, stodgy, malty beer. But I could be wrong. Again, I just kind of fancied it. So it's 4.5%, 440 ml, and 2 UK units, which is exciting. It's vegan, which is fun. Wylam, Newcastle upon Tyne, went there once, went into their tap room. A condom fell out of my pocket, and that was thoroughly embarrassing. Just a little... Yep. I should probably point out, I wasn't shagging anyone at the time. I just had one in my pocket, because, you know, you're in Newcastle, what else are you going to do? Best Bitter, bit of a weird one. It's traditionally done by, you know, more traditional breweries, which is unusual, because you are getting craft breweries like this, and Thornbridge is another example. They're doing an ESB at the moment, where they're kind of adopting the terms mild, bitter, best, that kind of a thing. At the same time that more traditional, more typical breweries, in some cases, are shying away from it. I'm not going to say are all shying away from it, because I know there's going to be somebody down in the comments being like, oh, you're saying that bitter's coming out of popularity. Have you ever been into a craft beer pub? Shut up, all right? Oh, I wanted to get that off my chest. Ooh, wow. So, on the back, English Best Bitter. I love the texture of these. They're just very... Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, is this weird yet? Should I start on OnlyFans? No. Anyway, let's get this open. Let's try it. I've got a cute little dinky beer mug, because I don't have a dimpled mug anymore. Not because I'm too hipster for it, I actually love those things. Not only are they excellent glassware, they're also a deadly weapon in an emergency, so that's fun. Oh! Did someone say exploding beer can? It's not that dramatic. If people don't know what I'm on about, by the way, I can't help you with it because I can't remember any of the details. It's just been kind of flashing up on, like, my Instagram, my Twitter, like people's beers have been exploding. I think it was like a cherry beer from some brewery I've never heard of before. That doesn't mean they're not like a super popular brewery, it's just that I live in a bubble, that's all. Well, don't we all at the minute? Right, so... Oh, this is going to be a wanker pour. Oh, yep. Can you tell I've been furloughed for a year yet? So while waiting for that to... might be some time yet. Contains barley, gluten, wheat, hops, Challenger, Admiral, Bramling Cross. Excite. Not going into like malt varieties or anything like that, so the hops are the point here. Wylam do like their hops, don't we all? That's... I mean, if you're just a tight Yorkshireman, you're just like, I want it straight to the top and then extra, please, because I'm paying £1.50 for a pint. Also, I've had a lot of coffee today, so this is going to help slam the brakes on hard. It's a lovely golden colour. I do like that colour. It's lovely and gold. A little bit of a haze on it as well. It's a little bit cloudy. Loads of bubbles, because bubbles. Yeah. Yeah, it's got quite a classic malty profile, actually, to smell it. I've got foam on my nose, haven't I? Quite biscuity, quite malty. It's sort of standard best bitter components that you'd expect, really. Which is good, because that's the style that they're telling me that this is. So, tally-ho, here's to artisanal bitter. Oh, that's the shit. Oh, yeah. Excellent, yes. So, there's a couple of bitters out there these days which are actually pale ales. There's a couple of pale ales out there these days that are actually bitters. It's a weird world. A bitter for me should be quite biscuity and quite malty. This is. The hops do a wonderful job. They help kind of counteract the natural sweet biscuity tones that you get from the barley with a pleasing... What am I trying to say? My words, they are not forthcoming. Very balanced beer. It's got a lovely bitterness towards the back, but it's more kind of like... It's got a digestive biscuitiness, malt bread, cereal grain rich. There's an element of Rice Krispies in there. I'm sticking with that, actually. Yeah, there's totally Rice Krispies in this. Not actually. Although there are beers out there that do actually use Rice Krispies. I should get round to that at some point. Because I don't know if you've noticed yet, but I like weird shit. Speaking of which, there's a bottle of chocolate rum just behind the camera, just in case you weren't all having a weird enough day already. But you know what, to summarise this, because I get the feeling that this is going a bit long in the tooth already, it tastes like a classic cask bitter if they gave a bit more of a fuck about it and tried a bit harder. That's the best way I can describe it. It's everything you want from a classic cask bitter. It's got that biscuity malty character, it's got a wonderful bitterness from the hops, it's clean, it's bright, it's got a lovely little fizz on the tongue, but it's just like they just put a little more effort into it and you can tell. You know, like the difference between getting an eclair in Sainsbury's and getting an eclair at like a boulangerie or something like that. I live in Edinburgh, I'm sorry if this is not relatable. They both do a job. I quite like a Sainsbury's eclair. I was raised on them, hence the excellent physique. In fact, we didn't really eat much else in our household. It was a strange upbringing, but it's sort of like a Willy Wonka except without all the death. So you've got your classic, which does a job, and you've got your artisanal one, which is, you know, made with better cream from happier cows, or there might be that funny French custard in there as well. You know, actual creme pat, not, you know. Anyway, moving on. What was the point I was making? Yeah, this is nice and you should buy it. I'm going to wrap this up now because my pie is going to be ready, so thumb this video. Comment down below, what's your favourite kind of pie? What, were you expecting me to talk about that? No. It's a nice beer. The end.